My name is Ida Maria Magdalena Hoffmann. I born in the far south, Namibia. My mother's name is Hendrina Hoffmann. My father, Lucas Never. My statement will be as follows. History of the Namas and myself. My great-grandfather was the deputy chief of the Namas, the Bondoswat tribe. And he talks about the Germans, how they have killed our people. And it was always around the fire. Then we sit and we was having these discussions in the evening with us. But as a child, I couldn't understand about the whole issue of 1904-5 up to 1908. My grandfather was Lucas Never, was forcing me in a way of schooling and teaching me to understand. But then later, when I'm getting older, I start understand the discussions and remember some of these things. The year 1991, I am involved in this genocide discussions inside the country, outside the country. I'm also very lucky to collaborate with my very good friend that we could also go out to Germany, where we have met our good friends there, who took us around also to different museums, where I was also one of those very lucky who could have a scar in my head. That was what I've done during this time. We visit the museums and we have seen, oh, this is the history. I could even tell you, show you, that after I came back, I sat and I do my work so that I can also plan for one day where our people who cannot go out of the country, cannot afford to go, have no friends there on the other side because not all of us can go out. But if we can bring out all the pictures, the books, the photos, and show them. And that is what I have done. Up to now, I am still this. There's a genocide issue. It is a painful issue. But it's an issue in which you must be open-minded because you are helping people to start understand what you are busy to help them, that they can also come in and help themselves. In 2007, it is where, as I told you in the beginning, I brought the Nama traditional leaders and the Herero traditional leaders together. And they come up to a point where they have signed a memorandum of understanding. It was deep down in the south, there in Marientown. Our fight stands for acknowledgement. Not this only acknowledgement that we hear here in the newspaper, acknowledgement where we can come together, sit around the table, and we can talk. We talk about reconciliation. We must talk about repatriation because all the skulls, the remains, the artifacts which are there belongs to us. It is ours. And we hope and believe that it's only also you people who come up with this kind of discussions who can help us end up so that we can get these things. Reparation must be paid. Therefore, it is that there must be a transference because we believe that from the German government, representative must be there, Namibia government representatives, the Nama and the traditional leaders. We, the technical committees, and who are the founders of this discussion, and running that right from 1991 up to now, it was me, together with my committee members. We must sit around the table. What we want there for the honesty of this whole thing.
So it is critical that we remember that colonial remembrance manifestations invoke different types of emotions depending on which side of the fence you're standing. Dealing with shared history, and it should also be part of the journey that we are undertaking to heal the wounds of the past. I want to zero in a bit. What is our perspective on the issues of technical collaboration? And I want to start with, for instance, local authorities, local councils that are there, and others. There is opportunity, of course, to twin as regions, as towns, and the local authority could also benefit from twinning partnership arrangements with German cities that could assist them in making sure that these projects come to fruition. So there is opportunity for regions to collaborate, because I remember we are talking about, for instance, the South is a region where a lot of history is just lying around, and so there's need to collaborate at the regional level, at the local level, but also to collaborate with educational institutions and so on. There is also opportunity to look at collaborating with civil society organizations. Of course, the Nama Genocide Technical Committee is a civil society organization. It's an advisory body, and there is opportunity for us to engage on perspectives, more so from our view that says we need to be consulted so that we can give meaning to some of these colonial remembrance manifestations as you review them and as you look at maybe what their new meaning should be. There's opportunity for exchanges. We were, as the Nama Genocide Technical Committee, involved, for instance, with one of your organizations, which is the War Graves Commission, who, when we engaged them, spoke to certain programs they have. For instance, they are restoring graves. They've largely been restoring German graves, but the graves of our people are just lying there. There are bones that are lying all over the place, and there is a great need for us to collaborate, find historical places, uh, find dignified burial for a lot of bones, which some of we don't even know where they're lying, and we need to embark on those activities. Um, I think what I want to emphasize basically is that besides what is happening in Germany and what is already there as colonial remembrance infrastructure, there is a lot that still needs to happen, for instance, on our side, which is the former colonial locality, where a lot needs to happen in terms of archaeology, a lot needs to happen in terms of curation, a lot needs to be done for us to actually look at how we ensure that those facilities, infrastructure is developed, because it is not there.
Yes. Before I conclude our discussion, but I want to come in to inform you that also we have planned already since 2016. We are looking for a plot, a ground where we can also build something for us. That is, we want to build a memorial park and a museum. We got the ground. The plan is there. It's finished. The budget is there. It is everything is in place. The only thing now it is that finance. We would like to work together with you, your people also, those who are involved in buildings, museums, like we call here the municipality. So now those people will give us also the plot, and also have to will ask us also when we will start. But we wait that you can respond back to us, and I can maybe put you together with them and also have a full discussion through us about the museum, because we wanted to help our people to get their human dignity back. Our slogan for this is that it is a holy case for us. It is a noble case. It is a sacred case. And therefore, together with you people, we can work together and handle this case with dignity and respect.